Welcome back to the YouTube channel of Pro Enzo Vidz, and this is a very late ankle breaker podcast. I get it; it is pretty late, but the show goes on. We have to get it done every Monday night. So look, that's 2 weeks in a row we've had it sort of disrupted, not having it on the right time because, as we know, it's 5:30 usually, but it's all right. I think having it late was pretty good last week when we had it. Got a lot of views for it, but again, no guest star tonight, but it's all good because I have the man himself, Rugby League Round Up, right here to do the podcast yet again. So, mate, I gotta start by saying how good were the Dragons today. You gotta be really happy about that, eh?
Oh, that was just so amazing to watch. You know, the amount of injuries upset me because I know how hard Jack Bird worked to get back to his good physicality, and being healthy. And he had a good season last year, and he's had a really good season for us this year. And just to see him go down with a broken arm, which is just unfortunate, is really upsetting. But we fought for the rest of the match without him, and we did really well. I mean, we scrambled really well. I thought Tupou should have been sent to the sin bin. I think that was ridiculous. If you look at last year ANZAC round, Jordan Pereira got sent to the bin for a tackle that wasn't even as bad as that because Tedesco slipped into his arm and Ravalawa just got taken out. So, yeah, look, I'm not going to sit here and complain about the rest because I think if we did, we'd be going on for hours. But yeah, you know what? I'm very proud of my boys. Played really well, and yeah, well, let's go on to next week against the Tigers. It's going to be one great match. So, yeah,
Hmm.
let's try.
I never thought that saying Tigers and Dragons would be an epic game. I never thought I'd be
Yeah,
saying that this year.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
the way both sides are going, I'm like, I can't wait for it. I actually cannot wait for it.
Yeah,
Um,
it's looking
but
like the game of the round. It's looking like it.
Yeah, it's up there. I think it's up there for sure. But again, look, good on the Dragons. We will review the game actually right after I go for the comments. So got a good crowd actually. Got 5 people watching so far. We're 3 minutes in. So thanks to those who've tuned in tonight and watched the podcast. Obviously very late, I know, because people obviously might have work the next day or school. But the show goes on, and just appreciate everyone that has tuned in so far. So go for the comments. So it seems like we've got Paripi Akawasi in the chat. Joe Moxley. He says 70. Yeah, fuck. I don't know what to say. That's rugby league rape in a nutshell. We've got Ark. Yep. Hello, Ark. My ankles are prepared to be broken. I'm glad to hear that, Ark. Mustard Cat. He's a Roosters fan. This guy's been on the channel for a very long time. Sorry about the loss today. Jaden fan. So yeah, look, we've got a couple of people here, so it's good to see. So, like I said, or like I should say right now, if you haven't already, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Rugby League Roundup's channel is also going to be linked in the comments, in the description. Make sure to go and check him out and subscribe to him if you haven't already. Getting close to how many subs are you on right now?
I think I'm around 69 to 70, one of the two. But yeah, I'm going really well at the moment. It's where I started. I think I started this year at 25, so big
Yeah,
improvement.
you did. Yeah. Yeah, for sure, bro. I just hope you get to 100 by maybe the end of next month, mate. I think that's a real possibility if you keep growing. So, no, it's good to hear. It's good to hear. And before we also as well, it's ANZAC Day, so obviously a very, very sad, but it's also a special day at the same time as well. And I just realised before I even came on here, I realised that this is the 25th episode. So the 25th episode is like the 25th of April today. Like that's pretty coincidental. Like
Oh wow.
that's actually pretty special. Didn't realize
Yeah.
that, eh? I didn't discuss it with you either. But anyway, that's cool. All right, moving on to the very first topic. Obviously for the round of football, always talk about the week we thought it was. A lot of interesting games I thought, and a lot of thrashings like we saw. Yeah, big round up, bro. What did you make of the round of football? Like, what were some things you enjoyed about it, and some things that you may have thought could be a little bit better, and that you didn't like?
Obviously, some referee calls. There was some very huge and large inconsistencies in some of this weekend's games. I mean, if you looked at the high tackle, which I just talked about, sin bin, it probably should have been. And I watched the Griffin press conference, and he just said it's so inconsistent these days. You can't expect coaches to be happy with it. He was not. He was not happy at all, and I can't disagree with him. And like Holbrook said a couple of weeks ago, the bigger teams are favorited. The bigger teams are. They have some good
I
calls
agree.
going to them. They have been favored. So yeah, I don't know why the NRL does that. And even Andrew Abdo came out and said it's a sin bin. Well, that's not going to change the game because they haven't given it to him. So yeah, I could go on all day about the rest, like I said before, but yeah, I didn't like that some of the calls this weekend. Um, the
Yeah,
first game of the round, obviously unlucky to Manly there. Oh, what that was the biggest game of two halves. That was such a game of two halves.
exactly.
Sharks didn't do anything in the second half, and Manly didn't do anything in the first half, and it was just a weird game because as soon as the second half started, it looked like Manly could actually win. It was so weird because everyone probably thought Sharks had it in the bag. Um, that was a weird game. I didn't mind it, but it wasn't my favorite game this week. And the Bulldogs Broncos game, very much again a game of two halves. I think Bulldogs dominated the first. I didn't watch all of it because I was at church, but yeah, it looked like Bulldogs dominated for most of the first half, and then Broncos came out and just destroyed them in the end. Um, the Cowboys Titans match, well, wow, what a bludger of a match that was an absolute smacking. I'm sure Nick would be happy, super happy with that, especially against BKR. Uh, and so would Sam. Sam would be super happy too. So yeah. Oh well, for me, this is my game of the round actually. Over the Dragons and Roosters game, I just think because I really enjoyed it. I really did enjoy it, and it was the Tigers versus the Rabbitohs. That was my favorite game. I really enjoyed seeing Luke Brooks score a field goal. That made me happy for him. I look, I wouldn't have cared if Rabbitohs won. It's not like I care about the result. But yeah, to see Luke Brooks get a field goal, well, yeah, you got to feel happy for the bloke because he's had a rough career. So yeah, I was happy for him and the Tigers, and I thought it was I thought it was the best game of the round. And the Sunday games, I'm not going to go into them too much. They were bludgers too, but I didn't watch them because, well, I did watch them, but I didn't watch it because at the same time I had people over for Greek Easter. So yeah, I didn't read too much into those games, and I shouldn't have anyway because they were both bludge. So yeah, I couldn't care about those games. And today's game, well, ANZAC round. Oh, we won. Up the Saints. So when the Saints go marching in, what a win.
Want to be a number?
Yeah, I want to be in that number, mate. Put me in that number. I'll hop on the field and
Put you in.
take James Tedesco's head off. Um, and well, the last game. Yeah, I'm not even going to talk about the last game. I'm not even going to talk about the last game. So yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, like I said, that's rugby league great for you. Like that's the first time. I think that's the first time a team has scored 70 points since 2008. My good friend Sam, or our good friend Sam Revel said actually before. So that is crazy. Um, I just noticed my connection is a little bit at the moment, so I do apologise if it's a bit all over the place, but hopefully it fixes up soon. But yeah, bro, I agree with what you said there. Thursday night for my boys was pretty shit the way we played. I didn't really watch the second half because of how we played, but we did come back, so that's a positive sign. So I guess we have to take that momentum into the South game, and if we can, I hope so, because I'm going to that game on Friday. So they got to win because the next day is my birthday too. So come on,
Yeah,
boys, come
true.
on. What else? Saturday, yeah. Look, the Saturday fixtures were pretty good. I thought Cowboys were just too good for the Titans, and obviously, looking at how South played, they were a bit flat as well. So they like to bounce back against against us as well. And I mean, yeah, like you said, it's good to see Brooks finds a confidence in his game. I think that's a pretty good thing for him. And yeah, I got to say as well is definitely something that I did not expect either. So good on the Tigers. Good to see them winning games. I think it's good for the game seeing a side like them sort of find momentum and form. As for Sunday, yeah, I'm not going to get into that much either because they were two bloodbath matches and they're both to say at least disappointing because I wish that there were more competition, especially because ANZAC round, and I hate seeing bloods in the ANZAC round because you're supposed to be playing for many reasons. Obviously you want to play good for many reasons. So yeah, that's not something I'm going to discuss too much. And today, Monday, obviously ANZAC Day. Good to see your boys get up, bro. I didn't expect them to win, but I had a feeling it'd be a close game. I was like, I said I wanted the Dragons to win because I wanted an upset. It's the first time they won the ANZAC game since 2018 as well. So
Yeah,
that's 4 years. So. Oh yeah, you did. Oh yeah, I think you told me like a while ago you did. Yeah, that's right. But then look, the other game, fucking hell, Storm winning 17 points to 10. Jesus Christ, honestly, I can imagine Paul Warriors NRL Fanatics right now going, fuck.
Wait, he BC before Christ would hear it, mate. That's how long back would hear it, mate.
Oh my God!
It'll be that loud. It'll go all the way to China. That's how loud it'll be.
Just expect a couple of windows and doors to be broken. I'm going to see the next time Fanatics talks about another Warriors game to do with or maybe tonight's game. Expect the microphone and the windows to be all smashed. I think. Nah, I'm only joking. He's a good mate. He's a good mate.
Yeah, he's funny.
Tough night. All right, well, we're going to give a small review now on the Dragons and Roosters game. So just to add on to sort of the round 7 review, we're also going to talk briefly, only for about 5 minutes, about the Dragons Roosters review. So Billy, give me your top 3 players on ground today, and just give me your thoughts on the performance of Ben Hunt and the Dragons. Like, I got to say, the defense of Ben Hunt was fantastic today, and even Dragons in general. Like, it seemed like they wanted to win, didn't they? They wanted to sort of make some sort of representation that they're the ones that want to for Anzac Day. Obviously, the Roosters had nothing the whole game. I mean Joseph Manu tried. At times, the Roosters looked good, but it was just unfortunate that they couldn't, win. But anyway, Dragons deserved to win anyway. They were the team, and I thought they will. I think they will take a lot of confidence in that Tigers game. I really am looking forward to that game on Sunday. But mate, the floor is yours. You can give all your thoughts.
Yeah, well, my top 3 players on ground, they're all Dragons players because it's just we were way too good for the Roosters in the first half, and in the second half, well, we had injuries, so we couldn't do much. We had 15 players. I think we almost got down to 14 at one stage. Moses Sully almost had to go off, and he still played. So, yeah, we showed a lot of courage tonight, and my top 3 players on ground were 3, Zach Lomax. He was absolutely excellent for us. 2, big Frankie Molo. Francis Molo, mate. Right through him. He had a great game for us. I think he had the best tackle rate
What
too.
a try.
That was a great try. He had the best tackle rate for us too, and that was a lot. That meant a lot to me because we didn't have. Obviously, we missed a couple of tackles, but that was due to scramble. But he made a lot of good tackles in that game, and obviously, number 1, the man himself. Top 5 halfback in the game, I reckon, Ben Hunt. And he was just truly amazing. He is, I believe, second now for try assists. He has 8 daily end points, and he'll get another 3 tomorrow, I reckon. And if he doesn't, I'm going to be screaming, what the hell?
They should.
He needs to get 3 points tomorrow because that puts him in the daily M race, and I reckon he deserves to be in the daily M race. He was in it last year too, till he got injured. So, yeah, he's definitely a chance. And yeah, we played really well today. Roosters had much more sets than us in the second half, and that's worrying to me because no Jack Bird, no Jaden Sewer. I mean I thought that was a ridiculous tackle. That was really
Oh yeah.
that was out of line, man. Like you can't go under his foot. And Fui Mayono did that in the trial, and he got suspended for 8 weeks. Why?
Yeah, it's inconsistency. Seriously, I don't understand it either. And with I guess again the Ravalawa and Tubo thing, how that was not a symbiont, I don't know. Because every day of the week that's a symbiont. Every day when they because the game is so cautious with high tackles and heads uh, hands to the head, arms to the head, whatever. They're so cautious for high tackles and like I'm not going to even give that a symbiont. Like there's no consistency. Like it's just honestly pisses me off, really.
And yeah, look, the referee tried giving him the win today, but we said, hell no, we need this win, and we went and got it. So
Fucking fools.
yeah, oh, freaking Nick Politis, man. Honestly, um,
Politis.
look, I thought we were by far the better team, and they had five. They had 6 more sets than us. That's how
Yeah,
much ball they
yeah,
had. They had 6 more sets than us. Look, I thought we played well, even in the second half where we just couldn't get enough ball. We defended like a defensive side, and that's what Griffin does. He makes your team defend well and hard, and we did that today. We showed up for each other, and I thought, look, I think we missed more tackles, but that was due to scramble. And
yep.
look, may I just say, Daniel Tupou, you lanky giraffe, you are absolutely shocking. You are absolutely
Yeah, he's
shocking.
bad.
He's the weirdest winger I've ever seen. He'll have 10 good games and then 10 bad games.
I don't know
That,
about that.
I don't know. I don't like him. I don't rate him anymore. I used to rate him a lot, but after the Tupou tackle, after the tackle on that he did on Ravalawa, I have no respect. And
Well, it
also,
was stupid. Yeah.
yeah, and James Tedesco, get that into you little grub. I know you played for New South Wales, but seriously, the guy's a sook. So, yeah, he sooks on every call too. He does. If you watch all the games from last year, he sooks, and that's just the Roosters for you in general. So, most of it. Look, there's some really humble players I like. I love some Roosters players. Joey Manu, oof, king.
Yeah.
Walker, what a player, king. Tedesco, no try.
He
No
was good
try.
today though.
He
was
was,
pretty
he
good.
was, he was. Yeah, I will admit he was. But yeah, I don't like him after today's game much, obviously. But we got the win. That's all that matters,
Yeah, exactly.
Our forwards dominated their forwards. I thought Blake Laurie, Josh Maguire, and Tarek Sims were all very good for us. And, even Jaden Sewer, when he was on, he was damaging.
Yeah, he was great. He was great, yeah.
And even when Amo came on, you could see the effect he had. Like, he was just stepping players back and forth. He made them look like he made them look like circus clowns. So
yeah, well, he made an impact for sure.
yeah, he definitely did. I think he stepped a couple of players. I know he did some veggie magic there. So yeah, and I find it a bit weird that they're playing George Burgess for 25 minutes. I don't know what's going on there.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
That's
I mean, in 5 runs, he made almost 60 meters. So I don't know why he's playing 25 minutes. He needs to play a bit longer. And yeah, I thought Jack DeBellin was good today too. So yeah, our forwards definitely had the better. And well, Ben Hunt was the best half on the field today. He was the best half on the field. He was the best half. And he showed Luke Keary who's the boss. So Luke Keary, I like you as a player, but get that into you. So Yeah, I'll take that win. It's you know what I've been talking for a bit. Okay, I've been talking for a bit, but
Oh no, it's all right, bro. Don't worry.
yeah,
No,
the
I agree. I agree with what you said, but yeah. Look, I guess to just sort of say it quickly as well. The Roosters were pretty poor today. When Sam Burrows went off, I think that's when they sort of started fading off because I don't think Drew Hutchinson's a real dummy half. I don't think he has the skill as a dummy half. I don't know why they put him on, but again, they probably had to because of Burrows. But come on, you should carry at least a better jersey 14 than Drew Hutchinson. Like
yeah.
surely,
Well,
like.
they have Connor Watson, but he's gone for a month. So
Yeah,
yeah,
that's right.
but they
Where's
have
Ben
Adam
Marshall gone?
Kieran. Yeah, well, yeah, I guess. Adam Kieran's there too. You got Adam Kieran. I guess you could even play Lachlan Lamb. So they got
Yeah, yeah,
they've got better. I mean, I don't mind Hutchison, but he's nothing special.
yeah. No, I agree. All right. Well, I'll go through my top three players on ground as well. So number three, I'm gonna go with James Tedesco. Look, I thought Tedesco deserved a bit of recognition for mine. You know, he was probably the best Roosters player on the field today. Him and Manu were probably up there, I say as well. But Tedesco today was, I think without Tedesco, you would have won by a lot more, I reckon. So for me, gets number three. Number two, Zach Lomax. Lomax's defense was honestly really good. I thought some of his tackles he made on was he up against Momorowski? Yeah, he was. Yeah,
Yeah, him and
yeah,
Tupanua.
yeah. He shut them down pretty well. So I think Lomax was definitely someone that was one of the better players on the ground. And number one, well, honestly, if no one goes with this guy as number one, then you're an idiot. Um, and yeah, and number one's Ben Hunt. Obviously, Ben Hunt's obviously number one. That's pretty obvious. But yeah, all right, bro. Thanks for sharing your opinion on the Dragons today. That was well said. I think you stole everything out of my mouth just then. So no, that's all good though. It's all good. All right, moving on to the second topic. This is when we get into the real sort of stuff. And this is one you want to talk about, I think. So Tristan Saylor, as we know, he used to play for the Dragons, your boys, and he has come back to rugby league. So that's good to know. He was out because of a court case, and which turned out to be false. What he did, of course, because most accusations these days are often false. So yeah, look, it's good to see him back. He played Intra Super Cup with the South Logan Magpies, and yeah, I think he played well as well apparently. So I'll ask you, bro, do you think he'll play again for another NRL team? What do you reckon?
For sure. I believe he's only 22, so he's got 10, 12 years in him. So yeah,
Yeah,
he'll be a great player, and I think he is still a future NRL player. Having only played 6 games, I still think we were stupid to get rid of him, but we had to because obviously court. Um, I think a team needs him, maybe like a Tigers at the moment because Tigers have no fullback. So I guess anyone should go after him. Tigers need him. Um, Eels could use him somewhere in the back line. Um, I think maybe even Rabbitohs because look, I don't know if Josh Mantle's the main starter, but he can't be starting now because he's just getting too old. So
yeah, he
yeah, I
is.
guess some clubs need him. So yeah, he's got a big future in the NRL, I reckon, and I'll be happy to see any club pick him up and take him under his wing, and even maybe
Yeah,
the Dolphins next year. The Dolphins have a chance.
yeah,
So
yeah. I was gonna say that.
yeah, he'd be great for anyone. So yeah, I'm very happy for him to come back into the NRL. Obviously, son of legend Wendell Saylor. So, and
Yeah,
I also met him on his debut too. So, yeah,
yeah.
that was great. He's really nice. He's a really nice person. Um, and yeah, all the best to him. Go Tristan, mate. He's an absolute star.
Yeah, no, well said. Well said. Yeah, look, I think Sailor will go club, no doubt. he was a very good player before he had to stop playing NRL because of the court case. So which sucks, of course, because you know we look at other people like Manasi Finer who were killing it before his court case and stuff like that. And now who knows what kind of player he'll come back as when he does if he does play again. So hopefully Saylor has the same sort of impact as he did when he first came into the NRL, which I'm sure he will because he's young and I guess if by all reports that was saying he played well for play well for South Logan Magpies on Saturday, then yeah, I think he should be able to replicate the same sort of form. But yeah, again, I think like you said, the Dolphins are a good shout to sign him because I think Dolphins do need a fullback. So I think Saylor could be the right club for them if they give him a chance. And even Brisbane as well. This is how Wendell Saylor sort of started his career. He came through the Broncos and came through the Queensland Cup ranks. So maybe Tristan Saylor goes through the same sort of pattern. I'm not sure, but yeah, it's obviously good news for him and the family seeing Tristan play again. Just quickly as well, what do you think is his best position? Because you've obviously seen more of him, probably more than I have, but he can play 5'8", can play in the centres, wing and fullback. What do you think his best position is, in your opinion?
I think his best position is the number one.
Yeah,
I think he creates a lot of spark, and he'd fit number 6 well, but I think the number one, he's just meant to be a number one. You could play him in the wing too, like because his dad playing in the winger position, but he is he grew up a fullback. He'll play a fullback, I reckon, and he's with the Broncos reserve side. So I think after round 10, I'm pretty sure you can play a first grade game. So yeah, look, he'll definitely get there. He'll get there eventually. He scored a try on the weekend, I believe, and he made 134 meters. So he's too good for reserve grade. So yeah, I definitely think he'll come back to the NRL, no doubt.
Yeah, for sure. Hopefully, it's not too long until NRL club does approaching the signing because I like Saylor personally. So hopefully, the club gives him a chance soon. All right. Moving on to the very next one. So this is a little bit of an interesting one because I guess a lot of other people sort of rated Newcastle after their first two wins to start the season, and I think things since then have gone really bad. Like things have gone really really bad because they haven't won a game since round 2. They've lost 5 games in a row. Um, Knights were obviously the informed team at the start of the first 2 rounds. People were saying, "Oh, Newcastle, dark horse." Oh, Clifford and Clune are two of the most informed halves at the moment. It might be a top 3 combination as of now. But look, I don't know what's happened to Newcastle since they got thrashed by Penrith in round 3. They haven't really been able to regain any confidence, and I think this is a little bit of a problem with Ponga and a little bit of a problem with O'Brien at the same time because look, O'Brien's a good coach. Don't get me wrong, but I guess what's maybe he's doing with the team or whatever's happening behind the scenes with maybe the Ponga situation, maybe how much money Ponga gets. I don't know. That's caused a bit of a divide in some of the players. I'm not there, so I shouldn't really comment. But I'm just guessing because it's weird to think that they were so good after 2 rounds and now they drop off like this. Like I don't know what it is, but yeah, bro. What do you think about Newcastle? What's going on? Do you reckon?
They don't have a real main half, controlling half. Now,
Yeah,
I love Adam Clune, Dragons player, but he's not going to get you to the finals. And you need to get to the finals. If you want to keep your job safe as a coach or a player, you need to get to the finals. He will not do that for you. Neither would Clifford, because Clifford doesn't have a halfback around him. And if Clifford doesn't have a halfback around him, Clifford doesn't perform, then Ponga doesn't perform, and then it goes to the coach. That's their problem. And I do think Adam O'Brien's time is coming to an end. He made him get to the finals for the last 2 years, honestly, and that was amazing. But he hasn't been doing the same because he hasn't got a half, and that's his problem because he got rid of a half, and they could have signed they did sign Milford, but they didn't play him, so I want to know what's the problem with that there, and yeah, I just don't know if they're going to be safe the Knights. So Yeah, I think Adam O'Brien will leave, and I think this is the perfect time for Shane Flanagan to go in and sign with the Knights because he's a coach that can actually get you somewhere in NRL. And even look at Jason Riles too, because Jason Riles is going to get you somewhere too as a coach. He's very, I think, defensive minded. He played for the Dragons, and obviously, I've watched most of his games, and yeah, he's definitely also a good coach. You saw him against the Cowboys when he was interim, and they won. So yeah, they definitely think I definitely think their coach needs to go, and as soon as their coach goes, if they get Shane Flanagan or Jason Riles, Kalen Ponga is going to go from here to here because he has an actual experienced coach around him. So yeah, that's what I reckon.
Yeah, look, I respect your opinion, but I wouldn't sack O'Brien yet because I think we have to remember at the same time he took Newcastle to back-to-back final series in one his first year, and the next year, which was obviously 2021, to the finals again. But if they can't go past finals week one, and if they finish bottom four this year, then I think that's where maybe he may have to go. But again, I wouldn't sack him just yet because I think he did sort of get the best out of some players. Like Tuwali got the best out of. He kind of created Bradman best, I think, and I think he's done the right job since he's been there. But I guess if Newcastle keep losing, like if they're going the same way as they are right now, then it's pretty hard to say that they will be fine with O'Brien for the rest of the season because I don't think he's going to survive much longer if they keep losing like how they do against Parramatta on Sunday. But for now, I think he's safe personally. But look, for me, like the upper room said just there, Knights have been copying some injuries, which they have. Yes, it's been tough, obviously, because when you get injuries to your big name players, like I guess Ponga got a couple of injuries. I think Clune got an injury not long ago, and some of their forwards as well. So that makes it hard, I guess. But again, they need to win games. Like you have to win games. I mean, when you start the year 2-0 and go to 2-5, you know that there's something wrong. So they really need to sort of fix something there. So I don't know what it is, but hopefully they get a result soon. And Mustard Cat says Knights were better when they had Mitchell Pearce. They were because they had a real halfback and they had a controlling halfback that knew how to win games and knew how to play with less pressure, and that's the issue with Clune. Clune's still, I think, struggling off not struggling, he's struggling to find his feet, in the halfback position. So look, Newcastle got an alright side, but they're far away from being the best. So I think that there is an issue there, but we'll see how they go against Storm, which fuck me, I don't know how they go against Storm. That could be anything really at this point.
120 points this next week.
Well, I think Knights are going to be blown off the park for sure, unfortunately. All right, bro. We're nearly done. So going through the fourth topic now, the second last one. Tarek Sims, you're back from York, obviously, has signed the Melbourne Storm from next year and onwards. And Mitchell Barnett, who actually has got a release from Newcastle starting next year, not this year. I thought it was this year for some reason, but yeah, next year to the Warriors as well. So it's interesting because both of them are very good players. And I was surprised when both players got told to leave because, for one, Sims was very good at the Dragons. I thought he was going fine before he got told to leave the club, which I still think the Dragons might regret. But as for Mitchell Barnett was one of probably the most informed Knights forward before the whole Chris Smith thing. I think people are judging Mitchell Barnett off his Chris Smith situation too much. Like people are saying he's a shit player because of it. But you can't call someone shit just because of one bad situation. Yes, it was bad what he did, but that doesn't reflect on the sort of player he actually is when he plays. So, a bit stupid for people to say that in particular. But when these two do go to the new clubs next year, who do you think will benefit more in your opinion? Like who's going to get the better going out to either Warriors or Storm? Will Sims get the better sort of opportunity and go better at the Storm, or will it be Barnett? Do you reckon? What do you think?
I think it's the Storm for sure. Look, Mitch Barnett's young and he's underrated as a player, in my opinion. But if you look at the Storm system and the way players usually go at Storm, if you look at some of the players at the moment, look at Nick Meaney. He's looking like a good winger. He's played really well for him. so far. Remus Smith's gone there. He's played well. I mean, Ryan Pappenhausen. Those are just some of the. They're three players. There's more and more, but they are. That's what happens when you go to a team like Melbourne. They develop you into a great player. And I know Sims is older than most players they will sign, but I reckon they can get some great form. And I reckon next year he might be an Origin player if he
Yeah,
he
I
can be
agree.
an Origin player. He can be an Origin player. He's still a great back rower. I think he's a top 10 back rower on his day. So look, obviously I'm going to miss Sims, but we have to look for the future, the Dragons. And yeah, I wish all the best for Sims, and I think he'll benefit more than Barnett. But I reckon Barnett will still go well at the Warriors. And I think that's not to say he's a bad player, but I still think, yeah, like I said, he'll be just fine for the Warriors. I think he'll take him to another level in terms of getting some wins, because he does help you. He does make impact on the field. So yeah, look, it's pretty close, but I'm just gonna go with Storm mainly because of what the Storm are made of.
All right, fair enough. Fair enough. I'll tell you what's funny. I feel like one club needed one player, and the other club didn't need the player that they signed, and that's to say. I think the Warriors didn't actually need Barnett. That's the funny
Yeah,
thing. I don't think Warriors
yeah,
need Barnett because their fullback looks set for next year. Mind you, they have Tohu Harris coming back very soon. They have Fanua Blake, Merrick Masilla,
yeah,
Tobago, who could play like a Foa. They've got heaps of forwards. They've got a really big forward pack full of many
yeah.
players. They've got Nia Koro coming as well. So, again, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the idea of signing Barnett was, but he is a good player. Like, I guess they do have an idea where to sort of fit him in next year, but it wasn't really needed, but it does help the forward pack, I guess, a bit more. So, again, it's a good signing, but the people that are criticising him because of the one incident need to shut the fuck up. Legit, you need to shut the fuck up because
True.
you don't, because everyone does a stupid thing, okay? Obviously, yes, he had a brain snap. Yes, it was stupid what he did, but forget it. He's a good player. He's on the verge of playing Origin, I believe. But he probably won't
Soon
get picked
enough.
now, unfortunately. Yeah, he won't get picked now. But yeah, again, just people need to really stop the hate on Barnett after one situation. Chris Smith's okay, so that's the main thing. All right, I don't see him in hospital right now and stuff like that. I don't see him on life support, so forget it. Don't react like he's dead. Oh, really? Um, but yeah, as for Tarek Sims going to Melbourne, well, I think that's where the Storm need probably someone like Tarek Sims because they're losing Bromwich brothers,
Mm.
Kafusi, and they're losing a couple of other players as well. Or no, they lost Finucane, so that's more of an experience gone after last year. So I think that they need that other experience for. So Sims for me is the sign they needed. So I'm a fan of them both going to both clubs, but I have to agree with what you said. I think Tarek Sims benefits more going to Melbourne, just the system in general. It's a better system than what the Warriors are, and I think just Sims may actually play Origin again. I know he's older. I know he's going to be 33 or 32 next year, but that does not mean Melbourne will get the best out of Sims, and they really will. Sims still has it. I think still Sims is still a very explosive back rower in my opinion.
Mm.
So Melbourne should still maintain the form he's already in. So I like it personally, the signing. And yeah, are you going to be like? Do you think it's a big loss to the Dragons losing Sims? What do you think?
No, not really. Look, I know that sounds surprising to most people, mainly because of how good of a back rower he is. But I mean, our club has been known to get rid of talented players and good young players, but we need to get a young back rower, whether that's from our junior system or from another club. There's plenty out there. Britton Nakora is still waiting for a contract, I believe. Um, so I'd be going for him as soon as possible. Um, we've got so many young back rowers. I also think that um, on the weekend, I still think Fui Mayono is a very underrated back rower. I know
Yeah, he
people may
is.
not see it in him, but he does the little things that not much people notice, and I do take some notice to it, and I think he does do well. I've just got a list here on my computer at the moment of some off contract second rowers that could be really good and are really young. So you've got Raymond for Taylor Mariner, who's 27, I believe.
Oh,
So
yeah. Yeah.
he's still young. Um, uh, let's see. Sharks have Britain Okora, like I just pointed out.
Yep.
Let's see. Eagles don't have any second rowers off contract other than Andrew Davey, but he's not a player Dragons need. Ewan Aiken, can we get Ewan Aiken back, please?
He
That'd be
might
good.
actually go back. Well, he could go back because he wants to go back to New South Wales, apparently near family, and he's leading Warriors at the end of the year, so that's a fair shout.
Yeah, Ewan Aiken, I want him back. Give him back to us. Yeah, those are three. As I'm looking here, Tom Gilbert's off contract actually.
He's solid, eh?
He's a really good young player, I believe. I really do rate him. And them re-signing Nanai and Lukey, well, that means he's an odd one out. So I'd go for him. Ryan Madison's off contract.
Oh,
You
yeah,
can't,
he's too, yeah,
yeah, you
yeah.
can't forget about that. Ryan Madison's damaging too. Um, yeah, that's almost about it, I believe. But Angus Cryan, oh no, Angus Cryan re-signed, I believe. Yeah, Luke Garner's even off contract, so there
He's solid.
again, there's like 6 players I've just named that all young, all good. So
Yeah, a lot of options, a lot of options.
to be honest, I'd go for Ryan Madison in my opinion because
Yeah,
Ryan
very
Madison
fair.
or Ryan Madison or Ewan Aiken. That's just what I think will happen. So yeah, get one of the two. I wouldn't mind. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, well said, bro. All right. I think it's time to move on to the final sort of thing to end off the show. So, yeah, as we know, everyone, we go for our team of the week for each round, and this is round 7. So, ANZAC round, obviously. So, Rugby League Round Up, if you don't mind. Go for your team of the week for round 7 and your player of the week as well, bro.
Yeah, well, I'll start with my team of the week here. Scott Drinkwater is my fullback. I thought he played really well. My wingers are David Nofaluma and Xavier Coates after today's performance. My
Yep.
centres are Sifa Talakai and Zach Lomax. My halves are Luke Brooks and Ben Hunt. My front rowers are Payne Haas and Francis Smollow. My number 9 is Reid Marnie. My second rowers are Keon Kalon Matangi and Isaiah Papali'i. And my lock is Isaiah Yo. And my bench is Harry Grant, Blake Laurie, Josh Maguire, and Nelson Asafa Solomona.
That's a pretty fair side, I reckon, actually. That's a well said side there. I can't disagree with most of that. And actually, that's very similar to my side as well. I've got here as well. So, yeah, well said, well said. All right, going through who's your player of the weekend?
Oh, yeah. Ben Hunt, obviously. Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
Ben Hunt.
yeah,
King.
fair call, bro. He was as well today. I think if no one gives him credit after that performance, then you're an idiot.
Yeah.
All right, go from my team of the week now. Okay, fullback Ryan Pappenhausen. On my wings, I've got Dave Nofaluma and Ronaldo Mulatalo. My centres are Katoni Staggs and CSC Talakai. In the halves, Luke Brooks and Ben Hunt. My props are Nelson Solomona and Payne Haas. Hooker Harry Grant. Back rows, Sean Lane and Jeremiah Nanai. And my lock Isaiah Yo. And on the bench, I've got Sonny Luke, the debutant, for a very good game against the Raiders. And I've got Papali'i, Isaac Papali'i, by the way, and Francis Moller and James Tedesco makes the bench. I play the week. Mate, I don't want to. I get nightmares whenever I think about him right now. I get nightmares every time I think of the name CSC Talakai. So play of the week to CSC Talakai. In my opinion, I think he really carved Morgan up a new one, and far out Harper's I guess Harper's going to get a bit of nightmares about him too. But anyway, hopefully Harper bounces back, man. I really hope so. But yeah, look, again, Talakai, he killed Manly on Thursday, so I think it's pretty obvious he gets play of the week for me. But if it's Ben Hunt, then I wouldn't disagree either, like you said. But yeah, bro, I think this brings an end to the Ankle Breaker podcast episode 25. I know it's pretty late. Like, we're ending at 10 o'clock right now, which I wouldn't normally do. I wouldn't even make a video at this time, actually. But it is what it is. The show goes on, like I said, and I think this was a pretty good podcast. So, Rugby League Round Up, thanks again, bro. As always, a pleasure to do another podcast with you.
Thanks, bro. Yeah, thanks for inviting me on every week. So I'm always grateful and humbled to be on here. So yeah, thanks, bro. And up the Dragons. Oh, when the Saints go marching in, let's try.
Yeah, no worries, bro. I think next week we'll finally get a normal podcast in terms of time, because we'll finally it finally won't be another late one. I mean, 5:30 like we usually do. So that probably works better for both of us. Just quickly before we end as well, the Manly Rep, who's another good supporter of the channel, says, question for you boys. Which player is the biggest meme right now? There's a couple. I'm trying to think. I think Harper's a meme at the moment. I hate to say it. Harper's up there. After tonight, I think Edward Cossey might be an undercover Melbourne Storm player after tonight. Far out, he was shit. I'm sorry, he was fucking terrible. Do you have anyone in mind?
Only because he's got a nude run and he's almost on 100 games. Alex Twal.
Oh, Alex Toll, yeah. Fuck, he needs to try soon.
Poor bugger.
When's that big bastard going to get a meat pie? Fuck's sake.
Him and Blake Laurie. Oh my god.
And Blake Laurie, yeah, the two front rowers. I know. About time to get a try. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching the podcast. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel, and make sure to go check out Rugby League Round Up. His channel link is in the description down below. So go and check him out, please, if you haven't already. Does some great content. Is getting better and better each week, I reckon. So make sure to sub to him, like I said. But everyone, that brings an end to the podcast. Thanks for watching. See you all in the very next one next Monday, which will be episode 26.